How you doing out there, folks? It's just Dave with another episode of our Cal Country show, Quarantine. I am here via Skype talking to the lovely Miss Amanda Kate right now. How are you?
I am good. I am good. I was like, it's so exciting to actually see another face, to be like, okay, some social interaction.
I know. I've been like working in the backyard on projects, and it's been, just family and the occasional phone call. But I mean, man, just interaction in general is just it's hard to come by nowadays.
I know I did with some of my girlfriends, we did like a Zoom happy hour where we were watching the same show and also like drinking wine together, which was kind of fun, but all on the screen. And
Yeah.
I was, like, okay, this is what it's come to. This is the new norm.
Well, things are crazy out there right now. I mean, yeah, we have to be very careful and being very safe. I'm glad that you are. Where are you, by the way?
I live in Orange Park Acres. So if you like, I say East Orange. So if you're familiar with like where the Orange Circle is, if you take Chapman like all the way up to the hills, like as if you're
Mhm.
gonna go to, if you're gonna go to Cook's Corner, like just take it up into the canyon. I
Oh,
live at
yeah.
the very top yeah, at the top up there.
And
Kind
what
of
do you do?
a good.
What do you do to keep yourself busy now that we're kind of all stuck at home? I mean, it feels like projects and really just chores at this point.
I've been putting off, so really I should be like cleaning my house. I should be definitely doing projects around the house. I have been
I'm
luckily
sorry
because
to
I have
keep you from that.
because I have horses. I feel like I have been spending so much more time with them, which has been awesome, and getting to kind of ride and trying it. My husband, obviously, he's been doing the projects around the house and stuff, but I don't know. I'm this week. I think I'm gonna have to finally buckle down and realize that, like, okay, I need to use this time to figure out something to do with the house, the projects that I've been putting off for 2 years.
That's what I mean, I think when I clicked on earlier, I was saying that like I kind of felt like I almost ran out of projects. I've been staying in, working on all these different, crafty things. And I got to come up with something completely new to work on. This is, yeah, where we, I'm not saying everything's perfect. I mean, that room right next door could definitely use a full clean, but,
Yeah.
man, how do we get through this? I mean, like, so you said you're talking to your girlfriends, you're keeping in touch with family more. What about the music? Are you still releasing? I know that you released something Friday.
We released a new song on Friday, which has been really fun. And, that song, we recorded that a few months ago, and it was so last minute. So as you guys, I work so closely with Arnie, and Arnie knew when we were in the car one day, and I was like, man, I kind of want to, we're working on this next album, but I want to release a single before then. And I kind of want to do a cover. And so we were listening through like all these different songs, and he knows like I'm obsessed. I love George Strait and I love classic, traditional country. And so he's like, I think you should do Someone Had to Teach You. And I was like, really? I don't know. Like I get a little nervous obviously covering George Strait because
Yeah,
people have
one of the
opinions.
greats. Yeah.
And he was like, no, there's Don Sears with the Time Jumpers did a version of it. And it's a little different, but I think we could even do a little bit more modern version of that. And it would be great. And so sure enough, I just called, and the way we cut it is interesting because I actually wasn't even in Nashville when we did it. I had the band cut it there without me, and
Hmm.
they sent the tracks home, and then I cut the vocals here at Arnie's home studio. And so we did it, and I'm so excited. And Jason Hawks, who he's the drummer, obviously, who plays with us all the time. I was like, I have this vision. I want it to look like a record, like a retro, like an actual record. And he's like, okay. So I sent him the photos, and he did the artwork on it, and we released it, which is so fun. I love how fast that you can put out content these days, and especially with songs, and just getting new stuff out there for people to listen to.
Yeah, I feel like now is more than ever a time to release, fun and positive. Although, certainly, there's always room for a great ballad as well. So,
Yeah.
what is your game plan then going forward with the material that you've recorded and what you want to release?
Yeah, so I was supposed to be in Nashville this next week working on the next album, and
Oh,
since it's not going to be happening, we're kind of
yeah.
having to dates and everything. But yeah, the next album is going to be a different feel. I wanted like an upbeat, very high energy, album. And a lot of the songs that I've been writing more ballads, which I think we'll put some of them on there. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I've got a lot of I'm gonna be cutting actually a lot of friend songs, songs that aren't even ones that I wrote. They're just songs that I think are gonna really fit just like this time in my life and wanting to do something a little different. So we're excited. We've got Brett Tyler is gonna be producing the record, and so him and I have been going back and forth via, on the phone, via text, email, sending songs and demos back to each other. And I was in Nashville, a couple weeks, I guess, right when the tornado hit. And so we were there, and he's been going back and forth with me like, okay, let's change the key to this song, let's like take it up a full step, or giving me feedback and just saying like, I don't know about this song. So it's been fun, but I'm definitely going to be really, really excited when I finally am able to get back in the studio and start working on it.
Yeah. Now, how does that change what you're doing now? I mean, being in a studio, clearly you're around people and things like that. I mean, do you see that to get stuff done, especially with what you want to finish, that we're going to have to do things a little differently for a while?
Yeah, I mean, because I'm not with like a label. I don't have anybody telling me like you have to have this done by this date. It's more of like these self-imposed deadlines of I wanted to have a record done obviously by the summer. But that's probably not going to happen. So we're just kind of switching gears here. And so I think we're gonna ultimately there's not a whole lot, pre-production wise, we're pretty much already there. So it's just a matter of getting everybody in the studio and actually like recording the band and then working on vocals. And, in order to do that, I do have to be in Nashville. So we're just gonna wait it out and continue to write. And who knows? I'm like, by the time we go to the studio, I might have a whole even more songs that I want to, look at. And so there's really no rules. There's no one way that we have to do this. And luckily, working with Brett, who is just such a dear friend, and he's just so incredible to work with, that he's like, hey, like we don't have to rush this. We can take our time, and just when it's right and the timing, when all of this blows over and we can get back in the studio, we'll get it done, and it's gonna be perfect. All things happen for a reason, and
Yeah.
so it's been nice to take this time and just be home and spend time with family. And there's it's out of our control. There's nothing we can do about it. So you might as well just stay positive and enjoy the time to really just kind of reflect.
Yeah, I really appreciate that because it is a little difficult to remain positive, especially as artists who rely on human interaction and being there and just touching people for, if not musically, a handshake, all the things we used to do. It's a learning curve. It's a lot to get used to right now.
Yeah, I think it's been interesting. I've been more forgiving of like myself. Like I don't like to like play guitar and sing at the same time. I do it because I write songs, but I don't necessarily love to play in front of people. And so I feel like because of this, it's like forced me to kind of get out of my comfort zone and just realize that like, hey, people, I still want to connect with people. And no one in my family plays guitar. Hunter pretends that she plays. But so I'm like, I'm just gonna pick up the guitar. I'm gonna play the songs of the chords that I know, the three chords and the truth, and I'm just gonna connect with people. And so I think it's been really nice to just realize that like, hey, we're all in this together, and nobody's perfect. I mean, I just watched Tim McGraw and his whole band on, I think it was ABC. They were all performing with on the Elton John show, and he's at home with his little earbuds in and his piano player somewhere else, and they're just making it work. Like we're all
Yeah.
gonna do what we can, and to move forward. And I think that's what obviously makes the music industry so special, is just the community of knowing that like we're all gonna band together and get through this. So
That's great. And so if you do anything online, where can people find you so we can see these performances with these 3 chords?
Yeah, so you can, so my Instagram, I've been obviously trying to do more stuff with the I need to do a Facebook Live soon, but Facebook, it's I am Amanda Kate. You can find me on Instagram, which is Amanda Kate Music. My website, I haven't posted it. I had to unfortunately take down all my dates on there. And so I've just been kind of focused on Instagram and Facebook right now. But yeah, definitely. I love when people have been messaging me. And if there's any song request, people have been saying, "Hey, can you do this song?" And I've been just like recording random songs and putting them on their Facebook walls to be like, "Here, you requested this song, and here."
That's awesome.
I made a quick little version of it just for you, So yes, I would love people to message me. I'm at home, and right now my toddler's she's not in the house right now, but more than likely, if you want to, Facebook Live or Skype, anything, I would love to connect with people.
Well, that's great. Please, guys, I'll have some links here to Amanda Kate's stuff below when we get done with this interview. Thank you for joining me. It's so great to see that you guys are doing well. Everyone's good. You guys are all stocked up supply-wise. You're okay?
I am super lucky. My husband, he wakes up at like 6 a.m. and goes to the grocery store we've been doing it probably every week now. And so he went this morning and he got everything that we needed, and he didn't have any problem. He said everybody was really nice, and there was toilet paper, which was great. That was praise the Lord. And so yeah, we're doing okay over here, just taking care of babies, taking care of horses, and trying not to eat all of the snacks in the house. That's kind of my
goal. Hardest part. I know. I'm literally finishing a Pop-Tart right now. I haven't had one in years, but 'tis the season, I guess. Well, thanks for joining me. Great to have you.
All right. Have a nice day. Thank you.